breaking. So I don't know if you guys have ever used a vape pen before, but basically it's like this little battery on a stick, and then there's this cartridge that you kind of screw onto that. So what happens is and they're like $5-10. So when it's in your pocket, a lot of times what happens is the heating element will separate from the battery. Basically, it'll like snap in half, and then it just doesn't work. Okay, so instead of like throwing those away when they would break, I was like hanging on to them with some idea that I'd try to repair them or fix them at some point. So maybe like 2 months ago, I started pulling the electronics out of the vape and basically testing each component and trying to understand exactly what's going on. So, for example, I realized there's actually this little microcontroller board inside of these vapes, and that is used for voltage regulation. So basically what I found was that you have a battery with a positive and negative terminal running into this little microcontroller, which powers it. And then it has some logic that you can command the vape through. Like you push the button and it starts heating up. You push the button 5 times, it turns off. You push the button 3 times and it changes some setting. So once I realized I could start controlling it through that micro, I pulled it all apart and then I started soldering the pieces, the wires back onto itself so that it was like closing the circuit. Basically, for a battery to power an electronic, you need a ground and then a positive terminal that completes a loop in a circle. So once I was able to solder those back together, which was actually quite a process because for some reason the metals weren't connecting easily with my solder, so I was having to heat up the heating element to like 500 degrees to just get the metal to stick. Once I did that, I realized, okay, I can basically repair these vapes. But the problem was once I had all that solder on all over it, I wasn't able to reconnect the heating element to the actual cartridge. So it was like these 3 different pieces. So like to use it, you're literally hanging on to like holding a bunch of wires connected to a battery and then this little heating element. So it didn't look very good and you couldn't really like hold it in your hand. So that's when I started looking at the Doge General POAP I was printing out. And I thought it would be funny to just like basically design a hole that's the same diameter as a vape cartridge through the mouth. So then I stuck it through the mouth and then I used it as a vape. And a bunch of people were like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. Where do I buy one? This is so cool. So I was like, all right, if people are interested in this, I might as well spend a little more time on it. So I added like a hand grip. I downloaded a 3D print like image of a, I don't know, AR-15 handle or something like that. I added that to the back of the Doge General. Then I cut out a section for your hand to fit in. And then I added 2 different holes. One hole is for the battery, one hole is for the cartridge, so that they're different diameters. So that when you slide it in, it like kind of clicks into place. And that's the long and the short side of the story. I'll drop in the general chat some another picture. Yeah, that's it. You dropped the picture right there in the Twitter.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah,
it was a fun little project, and like the final outcome of it, I think I need to go back through, and there's a point like where it's a little uncomfortable on my hand, and I think I could move the trigger a little bit and make it a better kind of placement on that, but I think it basically works. So yeah.
It's the trigger that gets me. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's really funny, and it like sits up really well. Like, so yeah, we'll see. I was thinking about people want to buy it, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to sell it necessarily.
Mass
Or like,
produce it.
mass produce it. But one thing I was thinking was it would be funny to do like a short run. I don't mind printing like 10 of them, but printing like 100 of them would be a lot because each one takes about a day plus to print. Like literally the printer's running for 24 hours straight. And like the cost of the materials is like $3. So that's insignificant. So what I was thinking was it'd be fun to do like a short run, like NFT, like sell 10 NFTs or something like that. And when people get it, they just get access to a form. They fill out that form and then I just ship them. So I'm thinking about how do I sell this in a fun way, but also I don't want to sell them continually or sell a huge number of them because I don't want to get into manufacturing.
Yeah, I feel like you can kind of do like a unisex version thing where it's like you sell like a limited NFT or something that can actually be redeemed. So they keep the NFT, but then the NFT just says it's redeemed,
Exactly.
and the redeem just allows like the IRL part of the NFT to be shipped to you.
Oh, dude, that's dope. Would the redeemed function, would you be able to see that on the NFT? Would I be able to track that?
Yeah, yeah. I think like with Unisocks, you like the color of the icon changes when it's like from
Oh my
being
God.
unredeemed to redeemed, I believe. But I
That's
don't remember if that's either ERC 721 or 1155. I want to say 1155, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. Um, but yeah, I the more I looked at, so at first it was the gun handle that made me laugh until I saw the kickstand below it to keep
yeah, I
it
know.
like stabilized. So
Yep. So
it's just a
funny thing on that one is it actually ended up looking really nice and it like settles and sits really well because of that. But I actually had to add that because the first print I tried failed. So basically, like when you're printing something from the ground up, you can't have any angles that like kind of slope downwards without touching the build plate. Like you have to like build everything up from the ground, if that makes any sense. So like basically every like that whole handle is printed off of that little teeny kickstand on the bottom. Like that it prints that little kickstand, then it prints out like at the same time it's printing out the base as it's rising up. I could actually probably drop a video because I have it set up now. So I use something called Octoprint, which is an open source printing software where I can create like hyperlapses. I can see my printer from anywhere in the world. I can like control it, turn it on, turn it off. So let me see if I can get a hyperlapse in here for you guys to see what it looks like because it's pretty friggin' cool.
yeah. I think once you post that hyperlapse, and we can definitely get into the call. We got some familiar faces: Bot 24, Secretary Everett, Doge
Hey,
Ninja, King Kin, Dyson. It's good to see you all. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for joining.
all right. I dropped the in the link or the actual video actually. Now that I see it in the Discord. Let's see if it works. Let me see. Does the video play? I might have to just drop it.
Uh,
Here, I'll
doesn't look
drop.
like it's playing for me, but
I'll delete that and I'll drop the link later to the Twitter.
okay. All right. Well, GM all, thanks for showing up. I know we're always kind of bouncing between Discord and Twitter Spaces, but for the people who like Discord, you know, this is I'm glad we were able to come back into here because I don't know, it feels like it's always a different vibe. I think like Twitter Spaces feels a little bit more formal, where Discord we can probably just like chat a little bit more. And I'm also hoping that if we have some time, we can bring other people up for some questions if they want to. So let's kick it off.
Right.
Oh, I guess I should start. So POAPs that everyone loves. Um, it's going to be a degen bot. So all you have to do is just stay in this call for longer than 10 minutes. When the call ends, I will tell degen that the call has ended, so that I can drop the links in. And then because degen isn't allowed to DM you anymore, it got like banned from Twitter for doing, or sorry, Discord from doing that. You would go to our bot channel. So go to bot channel. Afterwards, I'll let you guys know. But you go to bot channel and then you do backslash POAP claim, I believe, or claim POAP. I'll make sure to have like the directions for after the call. But just like hang out in bot channel afterwards, so that when you put in the command, you can get that unique claim link to grab your POAP. So as a token of our appreciation for you to show up and get a little ticket stub for it.
Wonderful. The POAPs are always beautiful and incredibly popular. So looking forward.
Yes, but I'm like, on one hand, DGen kind of, just because of like the massive amount of iterations that have gone just to kind of battle, like its ongoing battle against Discord. I'm always nervous that it ends up not working, but when it does, it's so much better to like battle bots, like to battle or just other people that are POAP farming. That when you have to give like a secret word, then they take the secret word and send it to everyone else. And then, this is why we can't have nice things. Like we run out of fun. The fun ends up, it ends up not being a fun thing when other people get to get a POAP when they weren't there. So, anyways, here's to hoping that the DGen bot works. If it doesn't, let you guys know, and that'll just be like, you'll have to just DM me, and I'll give you a link, which I hope doesn't happen because it ends up taking a while to do. But anyways, fingers crossed. So
yeah, absolutely, that makes perfect sense.
yeah.
I heard there's some big news from the Doge NFT community. Any updates on that?
Well, if you guys haven't heard from TryDog recently, it's because no news is good news. He has actually been out for the past couple of days because miraculously yesterday he has his baby was born. He has a baby. He has another TryDog mini me that has now popped into existence. So yeah, we're super excited for the addition to his family. It looks happy and healthy, and he's obviously super stoked, and just deserves the time off to spend spend those precious moments right now. So if you guys don't, Quad Dog, Quad Dog has been born. There once was TryDog, now there's Quad Dog. If you guys want to, like, in general chat at TryDog and congratulate him, I think that really make his day when he pops in the Discord next. So congratulations to him, and we'll see him soon. But he's very, very exciting news within the Doge NFT community. So Doge King, do you want to talk a little bit about what we're trying to formalize for NFTLA, when that'll happen, and like what things we're like kind of dry running right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're super pumped. We're going to be in attendance of NFT LA in what, T minus 2 weeks now. So the event is going to be kicking off on the 28th, and then it's going to be running through the 31st. Sorry, it's going to be 28th to the 31st of March. So we got 2 weeks coming up here. And I'm 100% sure I'll be here, and as well as we're going to be in attendance. We're going to be kind of trying to do our best to do some IRL shilling of the Doge NFT, which I always find to be both extremely fun and rewarding, because it's nice, like, kind of connecting with people face to face, and it's also a lot of fun just spending time together. And then even better than that is we get to share our love of the Doge NFT. So if anyone's in LA or planning on like participating in that, definitely shoot me a message either on Twitter at Doge Generals, or right here on Discord is good too. Just make sure you get my attention, because sometimes I get mass DM'd on Discord. So make sure you get my attention. I'm not ignoring you. And I'd love to see any of the community members there in person. We have a lot up in the air right now. We're trying to kind of finalize some plans. But it should be a lot of fun. And I think the highlight for me, though, is actually going to be on Saturday, let's see, is that the 2nd? I think, yeah, it's the 2nd. So on Saturday, the 2nd of April, we're going to be doing a kind of like a dog charity event where we're actually bringing in people are going to be bringing in like dogs for adoption to the event, and then hanging out at Crypto Steve's house. and then we're going to be having barbecue as well. So it should be a super fun time, and I encourage anyone in the community to reach out if you're able to be there, or if you're interested in like doing something like this in your local community at an upcoming either ETH or NFT event or something like that, please get in touch too, because we want to try to support these IRL efforts as well. So
Yeah, so just a disclaimer or whatnot is Crypto Steve is actually part of PleasrDAO. He's like the master of coin there. If people didn't know who he was actually also the co-founder of Ukraine DAO, which is really cool. If you guys aren't familiar with Ukraine DAO, it was a DAO that was like spun off by PleasrDAO members. Obviously, like Crypto Steve being one of them, Pussy Riot, and actually a moderator or community manager from Free Ross DAO Alona. Were like the three people that started off, but they ended up raising about $7 million, which was crazy by doing a party bid for the Ukraine one of one Ukraine flag that was then fractionalized as love tokens. So, anyways, I thought I'd give Crypto Steve a shout out if he hasn't got one, but that's why if you guys are in LA and you can go, then that could be a really cool topic of conversation of just how Ukraine DAO got spun up and how the last couple of weeks have been really just crazy. And then maybe this is a little bit of a celebratory event too, to just kind of like recap this last month, which there's been a lot going on. So yeah, this dog adoption party looks really fun, and that was even one of my biggest highlights of ETH Denver was Tally. They had a like what they call the dog therapy or puppy therapy room, and it was 6 border collie puppies that they brought for like a 2 or 3 hour window, which you could play with, and then if you wanted to adopt them, you could. So, anyways, there seems to be like a lot of cool things that could happen. I know we're running around. That's what we did for ETH Denver, to be honest. Like run around putting stuff together, and then it like just seems always like miraculously happen. But one thing is like trying to get Doge Claren out there again. Another thing is, which I think Doge Ninja is super excited about, is the Doge payload. I don't think enough people know about that just yet because we still don't know what our involvement is at the moment. But this guy made or Andrew McCallum, will give him a shout out. He's been making this Doge payload to strap onto the side of a rocket and send it to space. And he's trying to figure out the best way to fund that, whether it's like spinning up his own DAO or just memeing this payload into existence to get Elon Musk's attention to put on the Doge One rocket. So I know, hey, Doge Ninja, how's it going? I know you were excited about that, and see like what we can do to get that payload involved somewhere.
Yeah, so since it's like 15 minutes, located 15 minutes away from where NFT LA is going to be, and this guy has it all finished, and he said it's transportable. So I was even thinking, haven't actually broached the subject with him, but I think I'm going to do that. Right after this call, I'm going to get in the chat and start giving him these ideas. I was telling Bubba, we could probably rent a U-Haul, go pick it up, take it over, bring it to the NFT LA, just post it up on the sidewalk outside, and just start, getting people. I don't know, getting people walking by to see it, and the whole thing looks ridiculous. It's a grid fin for a Falcon 9 rocket, and it's just a giant Doge as well. It's crazy. I could, if it's okay, maybe I'll drop a picture of it.
Yeah, please do, because I'm having trouble. Yeah, I'm having trouble imagining this wonderful idea. So I can't wait.
It's cool, and it's not secret because the actual like picture of the payload is Andrew's like PFP. So
you already made that. Holy cow!
That's the thing too. That was, talk about a guy who like the only time he reached out to us was when it was already made. Like it's cool when you got people who come up with ideas but they can't execute it, and you got a guy who has an idea and has executed it and then comes with like a proposal. And anyways, that is what that was. It was like just painted this week, and he said he's just like super super. This is just a hobby of him of his, and he's like just super into it. And yeah, like what you see in that picture is where you could strap the Doge grid to the rocket. And he said they've done all the tests that they needed to make sure that it like fits the specs. So it's like space ready.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, and if we had like any sort of involvement to get that into existence, like what a story that would be. But I think what Doge Ninja was just saying is like, I think it's the perfect opportunity to just get that in front of the conference so that you get to talk with people that either are just as interested or know people. It's just to get that out there to say like, hey, this has already been built. Let's take it to the moon. So if we had that like next to the Doge Clarion too, and then had like Doge NFT stickers to send out. Again, like another like framed work of art, or just had a way to even all culminate to IRL dog adoption party at Crypto Steve's house. I don't know. It's one of those things that it feels like it kind of like destined to all work out, and it's going to be fun. And for anyone that's in LA, I'm jealous because yeah, this looks like a really cool extension of what we did in Denver, and hopefully like what we're hoping that other people can do within the community, like around the world. There's like other events that are going to be happening throughout the year, crypto events, and this is also just a good trial run of like what we can mobilize quick in terms of getting swag and all the, I guess, accoutrement that you need to be able to dog pill other people. And normally it's better to do it with friends too. So I just feel like we're always down to just kind of even host, if it's a casual meetup, if it's like to go to a conference to have a bigger presence or something. Like yeah, come to us. We're always looking for some really cool ideas to get some cool pictures and send them out to people and show like just how awesome our community is.
Yeah, absolutely. What was that person's Twitter? I'd love to follow them. Person that
Andrew, I want to say Andrew McCallip. Yeah. Oh wait, I do have it here. So let me
drop it.
I'll just drop it in general. Sorry, I know we can go to the next thing. We're already like 30 minutes in. I feel like we only like covered.
There's more than one baby.
The more important announcement of the two. Just kidding. But for the fast food baby Doges, if you've minted one if you minted one or a few in the last weekend, they've been incubating and they're going to hatch probably, I guess, in 30 minutes. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I think I got like 3 of them. And what's fun about this is that the supply is shrank, and which meant that the fry to breed them increased. So there's like a difficulty adjustment, but the first breeding window or the first hatching didn't produce any legendaries. So now you've got a smaller supply, which hopefully turns out into like someone, just the probabilities of getting a legendary a lot higher, I believe. I don't know, but That would be dope if we can see a baby Mona Lisa Doge, and who gets to rep that among other legendaries. But obviously, the Mona angle is something we like. So, let me bring Paco back up. Okay, yeah. So that's happening in 30 minutes. So if you guys have bred one and have been waiting for it to hatch, it happens soon. So when it does, feel free to post it in the fast food Doges chat, or also go over to the Fast Food Friends Discord server and show them some love. Maybe even socials too. We'll get and tweet out like the best ones. So
Totally. All right, cool. Thank you for that update. So what's up with Hype Partners? Any updates on that and the partnership with them?
yeah, so I know a lot of people have been like kind of just curious as how everything has been going with Hype. I think if people have been here from the start, and were part of like the community to hire them back in December. They started it off a little bit slow because of the holidays and it just being the end of the year, so it was kind of like awkward of when they would start. But they did start with a few initiatives, a few campaigns, which was like the Super Bowl ad, the Church of Dog theme, where it was within ETH Denver, and then a little bit of activations on Twitter and Discord. But what we noticed is that even though the creative was really good, it still fell mostly on our small core dog team to manage the execution. And I think it was mostly because when we made the deal to pay in dog, because of like dog being pretty volatile, Hype was trying to figure out exactly like how to move their resources. And it just, for them, it didn't feel like they had the capacity to give like their full 15 to 20 augmented staff that they promised at first. So all of this pretty much led to us like mutually deciding that this week we were going to start winding down Hype's involvement in the marketing campaign by the end of this month. So, but something that was really nice that I don't think anyone has ever done is that Hype has graciously like offered to take no fee. So they didn't accept any dog within their involvement for the past couple of months, and they're providing us with all the creative assets that they've made and used. So this was like definitely above and beyond what they had to do since they have not received a single dog payment. But we felt it was the best way to end, or just wind down the relationship in a positive light. So that's pretty much it. Like I think we're the Hype experiment is coming to a close. The best, but it's best case scenario that not one single dog was paid for it. So this lets us be able to kind of hit the ground running of what we're wanting to do with like our next phase of like community activation, which is launching like a ton of layer 3 bounties. If you guys remember layer 3, we brought that out, I think November or December. And yeah, I mean, these are bounties where we're looking for just anything creative that can like send out the word of dog, which it can be in Twitter threads, can be memes, graphics, videos, TikToks, introductions to meme lords, introductions to builders to build out like ideas that we have for Bark Tank. More like crazy like IRL pictures that you can take. We're going like pretty hardcore and having some like really fun that we can have our community be a part of and to activate, but get paid pretty well. You're gonna get like some pretty decent dog for doing these things. So, and that was from the freedom that we have that you know, that we can now do that now that like we're again phasing out the hype experiment. So
absolutely, I think the really great thing there is like I think we did learn a lot. We created a lot of awesome content together, and the fact that we're like kind of separating on such positive and mutually, you know, advantageous kind of situation, I think is really great. So I'm super happy to hear that outcome, and that's super exciting.
yeah, I mean they're great people, and you know I really trusted that out of like all the agencies that you could like talk with, these were definitely the most like down to earth and did have like a very good like portfolio of clients. You know, the only thing that I feel like a lot of people were pretty skeptical about is like, okay, how do you translate this into a project like ours, which is more meme based and less like, I don't know, less of like maybe what they've done for their other clients. So, but I feel like they represented the good side of crypto, which I feel like has been a good like niche in our little pocket of the crypto world, is just making sure that you know, everything we do and everything we're associated with are like with good projects, good people, and I don't know, restores your faith in sometimes a landscape that can be very scary at times, or maybe not just trustworthy. Even though crypto is trustless, the relationships aren't. You know, when you're collabing with other people or making partnerships, like there's definitely still that human element, and I think it's been really good to be able to vet the right people. So when something doesn't work out, you know, it's done amicably. And yeah, no, we just we really respect the way that they were able to handle it. So, but we're not only we're gonna go heavy on these bounties, which Alpha Leak, there are a few that are already out now. I haven't like, we haven't launched all of them, but if you go to beta.layer3.xyz, you can already see a few of them, and you can already make submissions. So when all of this, by the way, is going to be announcements, but we thought we'd like tell you now when we're on the call, and you know, and we'll get the announcements out. But right now is like you can already start participating in the bounties before we've made the official announcement about them. So cool. Yeah. Oh, and other than the bounties, like we're gonna talk with PleasrDAO to help get us like help us like align on if we can possibly like hire a marketer, so have someone that can be like part of the team to really focus on the marketing side. Maybe we just didn't need a huge agency, and we just need like someone who can run leaner, who has experience, can run initiatives, can give us like the scope of things, and have like really good experience in partnerships and collabs. So unless you guys know of any referrals, we'd be happy to hear them. Or if you think you're a really good candidate yourself, like feel free to DM me, because yeah, we're looking to go this direction, which we think is probably better, because we like being able to run lean will let us like be more just be faster with things where we weren't seeing it with hype, and the faster we can move things, like I just think the better. So
absolutely, I think that makes perfect sense. Cool. What else do we got here? Any did we get through the DAO updates?
No. So it's funny. It's funny. A lot of these things all are coming to a head, which I feel like kind of brings out like the new era of Dog, so to speak, or at least the next season of it. So for anyone who wanted to know a little bit more about, well, how is the Dog DAO still developing? Well, just in the last couple of days, PleasrDAO has passed the proposal, their own proposal to send funds from their wallet to a community multi-sig. So we'll finally be like completely a decentralized community fund that is ran by the community. It's going to be controlled by the Doge. So that's very exciting. So we've been spending the last couple of weeks formulating the Doge in terms of getting the governance flow in a good spot, a basic constitution, the multi-signers, and the tooling to make it all work. So again, a lot of these are going to be stated in announcements, but we definitely wanted to get you guys to hear it first and get ready to hear about all these things. Because again, I think it's going to be like, it's funny how all this kind of happens at the same time, which is kind of like a good way to, like, I don't know, not have a rebirth, so to speak, but just again this new era of like the Doge, just having more contributors that the Doge can incentivize and really make it feel community grassroots owned and operated, and with always like the advisory of PleasrDAO to make sure that we're optimal, and we continue to be the NFT that owns itself. So
Awesome. Great. Okay, cool. Anything else we need to discuss here? Got any other Dank Bank plans? Any updates from that side of the house?
Well, I guess a couple other points I didn't bring up was, again, a part of like this continuing to formulate the Doge and the governance flow is also just always trying to make sure that we're optimizing our bark tank process as good as possible. So we brought in the council to help, and we're just trying to now that we have like a few more cooks in the kitchen, so to speak, that again are all community members. Just looking for a process where we can get more people to like be points of contact for each proposal, and so that instead of everyone kind of waiting for someone else to maybe like push in with it, like the initiative, like it's just going to be more organized, and the process, we're trying to move it into a state where you get to see the process more public and out in the open, so that you basically get to see like what a proposal looks like from the beginning to the end, and whether or not there can be like an active discussion where if people see the progress, they can like help chime in, and maybe something that they can help with. We also want to make that a little bit more publicly accessible, just so that everyone knows like where we're at with things. I think that's all I had for that, other than like I think some of the projects that people have been curious about, the Doge boarding one, last I heard was I think we dropped that demo in the dog team updates that VIPs can look at, which is like a 30-minute demo, and they're just continuing to build and get that live in time for the sandbox season, so that you can actually go in and do play to earn. You get to do play to earn for some sand, which would be really cool. And the 2048 game, I think I dropped a remark from the team from a couple of days ago, where I think they're very close to wrapping it up. I think there was one extra, let's see, just had it said resourcing constraints on the engineering side, but it sounds like it'll be pretty soon. So those are the couple of things I had. We also have like a meeting lined up with the Pixel Portal team again to see like what V2 can end up looking like, or if that team even wants to help be more of like an in-house dev team too that can possibly like pitch in on other projects or anything else that anyone else had like ideas on. So I don't know. There's more to come. Again, I think we can totally open up more of these conversations as like the DAO is birthed. I know a lot of this stuff probably like should have been way sooner, but we're doing it. We're doing it now, and we're trying to get in a place where it's just it's we're always thinking long term, right? Like we want to make sure that the rails are in place to make it right, and using the legal counsel that like PleasrDAO provides to make sure it is compliant, it's in a good spot, and that our community fund just has runway for a very long time. So we're always like conscious of that. We're not, it's the Doge is the one of one. Like it's not going anywhere. So we got to make sure that our the DAO aligns with that. If that makes sense. Like
no, absolutely. And
yeah,
this is stuff we want to do right the first time. You know what I mean?
yes,
It's like if we just rush through and we make a bunch of mistakes, that's not great either. So I think
no.
the intentionality and kind of work that's going into on the front end is going to pay dividends. So that's super appreciated, and I think that's a really good update. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, we've just put a lot of thought to it. Even just meeting with other people who have taken time out of their day to kind of give us like a brain dump of what they're doing for their DAO. Like we had a member from Nouns DAO like set aside an hour to work with us on looking over what we had and giving us feedback and like things that they're doing well or things that they're looking to do better in. And it's really funny that it ended up being like almost exactly like how either we're doing things now or prepared to do things soon. So it's funny when you look at something as like as cool as Nouns DAO, where they they were able to like get a noun on a Bud Light Super Bowl commercial. Like it's funny how like DAOs right now kind of all hit the same kind of roadblocks, but it just means that again we're super early. Everyone's kind of in the same spot of like collaborating and make sure like we're using the right tools and we're seeing the same issues so that we can all help each other out. And normally it's anyone who's just like bullish DAOs like wants to help other DAOs. So anyways, that's just a long way of saying that we've been getting a bunch of consultation legally, tooling wise, everything, just to make sure that when this split goes live and the constitution's kind of in place, that we're ready. Like we can probably end up doing a lot more things that maybe we couldn't have because we're like decentralized at this point. So things like maybe thinking more about just other things that we've had to say that we couldn't really do legally because PleasrDAO was like it's probably what we shouldn't be doing right now. Maybe it gives us more freedom to do that. So
sure, no, that sounds super cool. Great. As we wrap up, I do have now that Hyperlapse video, so I'll show you guys that. So I just dropped it in the gen chat. So if you guys
cool.
if you guys see that, oh no, all right, you might have to go to the actual Twitter link to see
possibly, yeah.
But basically, when you're watching that, you can see kind of how it prints. So basically, like I'm telling my printer to move the print head to the corner and then it'll take a picture. So that's why you don't see the print actually moving, but you can see how each layer gets printed and developed. And it starts from that little teeny kind of node that sits on the end for the stand. you can see how that whole handle almost like grows out of it. It's pretty crazy to watch. So
Yeah, I'm always pretty like hypnotized by the 3D printer hyperlapse, because it starts from the bottom, so you literally just see it get stacked up, and then sometimes you don't even get to really, you can't really conceptualize what's being built until it's like completely done, and then it's just pretty satisfying. Yeah,
very cool. All right, guys.
Well, yeah, so I didn't get to talk about Dank Bank, but I wanted to.
Go ahead. Sorry about that. I didn't off. Go ahead.
No, just that if anybody's been like following the last couple of calls, or just like even just our Twitter where we've been retweeting, is that Dank Bank, they're going to be live soon, and I think that's going to be really cool for both Dank Bank and Doge NFT, because they are trying to be the the meme market. They're trying to be the marketplace for memes. And the way that they've been doing it is they think the best way is through doing it through fractionalized NFTs, where the meme NFTs are minted by the actual meme creators, fractionalized so that you get to replace like our meme economy into real life. So what cooler way than, you know, if Dank Bank ends up being like our meme economy for Web3, you know, that, and we all know Doge is like the crown jewel of the meme economy, that there isn't that really good fit, that if the Dank Bank does really well, it just gets more eyes on Dog. And so they've also been like a really awesome team to just like talk with and collaborate with. I'd love to just continue to have like a good relationship with them in any capacity, because they're also just a really fun project. If you guys haven't gone into their Discord server, I totally recommend it because it's hilarious. And they got this pretty cool bounty system where it's like completely developed in-house too. Like there's no, the bot that they created isn't like, they completely created it in-house, and we're trying to find ways to, we're trying to ask them to open source it or like buy their bot or something. But basically this bot lets you, that if you do like a few things, you get what they call like Dank bucks, which is fake currency that you can then redeem for real fractionalized meme NFTs, just by doing certain activations within Discord or inviting people. And we've always had in our head that we wanted to kind of do the same thing. Like we love our tipping system. We also love the meme competitions that we're doing. We just wanted to make them a little bit more consistent. And like ideas we're having is like a never-ending meme competition or weekly meme competition. They found like a tool. Yeah, they found like a tool that works
or something would be cool.
yeah, for sure. But anyways, I just like, I couldn't be more like by their team too. They were just on like an AMA too that had like a ton of meme accounts too. Like within Twitter, like the Mr. John W. Rich, and then Dr. Patel and Greg, and they even had Bad Luck Brian on there too. And it was cool because I listened in on the AMA on Twitter Spaces as like Doge NFT, and they brought Doge NFT up because they're like, holy shit, it's Doge. You totally need to talk about the meme economy too, since you're freaking Doge, and you know, and it was like cool to like be able to be on the same wavelength of all these other people, of just saying like, oh, okay, this is how the future looks like, by like fractionalizing these meme NFTs and having like actual ownership of the meme, where it's like completely, I don't know, just a completely new spin to what people conceptualize as a meme coin. You know, it's just, this is like the first feeling of meme ownership. So the fact that I was like in this like speaker series, you know, talking with all these like really well-known people that just get it in front of 500 other listeners. It was a really cool experience. You could just kind of you could just feel, I don't know, you just as cliche as it sounds, you kind of just feel the electricity that something cool is going to be there, and we think like Dank Bank's going to be able to lead that way. And then I would just say if Dank Bank does well, I do think like Dog will do well. Just by proxy, since like Dog is the goat meme. So I want to hear Paco's thoughts about that, though. I know he just I think he really likes the idea of Dank Bank too, and Paco's vision of the meme economy. I'd like to hear his thoughts. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I guess when he started, or Dog started, I mean, I guess I didn't realize like how close we were already to have like something conceptualized like Dank Bank, right? Uh, so I think like the best part of crypto is just like how experiments like just how fast it goes, and it's why like tech innovates so fast and why crypto innovates so fast is it's just experiment upon experiment. And I think this is like a great next experiment of what we know is inevitable, which is the meme economy. So yeah, I think we're just very excited to see like how that unfolds, and I think we're just very curious as to how it plays out. But there's been like a pretty good community, or a pretty cool community that's been rallying behind Dank too. And I dropped in the invite to their server. I would encourage people to go in there, because also what I'd like to see, and I think everyone would like to see, is like having a dog presence there too. Because I do think that when Dank goes live and there's like other fractionalized memes that are posted and are like traded, like actively traded and stuff, it could be cool to like have a decent presence there. So when you have your meme speculators or your meme appreciators come in, we show a strong presence for Dog, and they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Well, like Doge NFT already has like this dope community behind it, which makes it super easy to like join into. I don't know. I think there can just be like some interesting ways to to also see like how the meme economy gets represented too. So, and the participants in it. But yeah, I think that's all I had for that. Means that if there isn't anything else. I want to say that's everything we had covered, and we did it.
Wow.
An hour, like, which I was hoping. I was hoping if we had some time, like we could like field some questions. So if anyone is inclined to like come up and ask a couple questions, like I think I'm totally down to like be on for a little bit longer, if anyone else is. So I guess if anybody wants to ask, like, you can just hit like invite to speak and we can bring you up. Cool. All right. I don't think I saw any, so that's fine. If you guys don't have any questions now, you can always just post them in Discord. And yeah, I'm always around to answer them. So always feel free to ping me if you need to. But yeah, I think that's all I had. So unless anyone had anything else. No, all right. Let's wrap it up then. So I think like the last thing is just I'm gonna do is then I'm gonna end this call, and then I'm gonna tell DGen that the call is ended, so that it gives me the list of people who are in our call for longer than 10 minutes. Upload the links, and then what you guys can do for now is just chill in bot channel, or at least just like look at it, and so that when I've got everything like uploaded and ready, I'll just let you guys know when to put in the bot command, and you should be able to get a link from DGen to claim that POAP. So. Oh, magic hands. Okay. Oh, okay. Maybe what I'll do is we'll end the call. Like I'm just gonna like hop off. Okay. No. Okay. That's cool. I'll just end it for anyone who is here for less, like just got in less than 10 minutes. I'm sorry, but yeah, I think that's it. Sorry for the awkward ending, but I will see you guys in the chats, and if you have any other questions, just let us know. And everything that we pretty much have brought up in this call is going to be met with an announcement pretty soon anyways, so just look out for that. But yeah, it's been great. Love you all. I'll see you around.